Welcome back to the vlog, lifers. As you can see, I have a little lisp. More on that in a second. But I'm actually haven't uploaded in a while. I apologize for that, but I've been pretty busy. I'm actually out here filming for my other YouTube channel, NFA Review channel. We're gonna do some long range shooting and compare two rifle suppressors to each other. This video is about Invisalign. So recently I chose to slightly straighten out my teeth. I had braces as a kid. Of course, when you're not paying for it, you don't care as much, so I didn't wear my retainer. So I went ahead, spent my own money to go ahead and fix these jibs. And I have about a 6-month timeline. So hopefully we'll get them straightened up, or they're gonna straighten them, grind the bottom of them flat after all the teeth move, and then we'll bleach them white and I'll have a nice pretty face. So something I've been meaning to do for a while. I just keep putting it off, as I'm sure you can imagine we all do that. So sit back and relax. I'm gonna kind of give you the run through of Invisalign and the process. It's pretty neat, so I figured why not share it with you. My dentist is cool as hell, takes his time to explain everything, which is very important to me. That way I know what's going on in my mouth. So sit back, relax. We'll go ahead and cover that, and then I will see you in 2 weeks when I put my second tray in. See ya.
Just a 3D rendition of the impressions we took the last time you were here. So this is your starting point. This is the gap you have right now between your two front teeth. You can kind of see some of the chipping and fragmentation you've had from the past. Okay. These right here are going to be what are called your optimized attachments. Okay. These are the physics of it. They're going to kind of guide the rotational movements that we're trying to achieve. Because these teeth, if you look, are just slightly rotated out. So we want this to kind of rotate outwards, this to kind of pull in a bit. And that's why you see the attachment here. It's going to draw in this way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is
leverage to one side.
Exactly, yep. You need those attachments to drive the movement correctly. And so this is going to be, once I hit the play button, you'll see the number of trays you're looking at having. You're going to be in about 13 active trays. And then I have a couple of passive trays for you that are going to serve almost as temporary retainers while we get your permanent retainers. Okay. And so this is kind of the transition.
How many weeks is 13 trays?
Each tray is about 2 weeks, so 26 weeks. So that's probably six months. That's really not a very long process.
My birthday's in June, so that'd be a good goal.
Perfect timing. Right? Yeah. So this is kind of looking at it from this arch. You can see the bigger transitions because we're gonna pull this in, close the gap off, rotate this inwards, so you can kind of see that transition go through like this. And then for the cosmetics of it, you'll see kind of what your smile will look like as it goes through.
I guess we can fix that chip later, or how's that?
Yeah, so at the end of your treatment, what we'll do is we'll take a fine disc and just kind of flatten these out and get rid of some of these.
You don't want to do it now because they can re-chip.
Exactly.
They can damage while we're moving them.
Re-chip plus your trays are set
for that too.
For this, yeah, they're very customized. Like they will have this indentation in it because you want them to sit as tightly on the teeth as possible. That's what drives the movement. Got it. And honestly, a lot of times if you change the chips before you start treatment, you don't know what this tooth will look like once it's rotated in the right plane. Gotcha. So it might look shorter now, but once you rotate it, it'll be even, right? And so this is what it'll look like as you transition from the frontal view here. And so that'll look really good. One thing I may tweak a little bit is I may have them add a little space here so that we can close this up just closer towards the tip, because that might not look as good. Because if you look here on this side, you see less of that. Okay. So I may submit that if you're okay with it. Yeah. It'll be like a 0.1 millimeter introduction of space, and then over time it'll close so it gets a tighter contact against the tip here. Okay. So that's the top. The bottom is kind of the same thing. The bottom is a little bit more exaggerated. You can see some of the things we talked about where you were just kind of tilted in, and so you had more of a V shape than a nice U shape. And part of that crowding means that we have to introduce space. So we have 0.2 millimeters that we're going to introduce in your treatment between all of these teeth. So all these 0.2s are areas I'm gonna have to file down just a little bit of space. And 0.2 millimeters is not even like a fingernail width, right? 0.2 is very, very not noticeable, especially when the trays are sitting on. And so I try to keep your attachments low. So we didn't have a ton of buttons. So we only have 3 attachments, but we are gonna be opening up quite a bit of space here.
So I'm getting a lot more done really on the bottom than I am on top.
Yeah. Most of your treatment is focused on the bottom because that's where you have the most crowding.
Yeah.
Your top had space. We're just closing space. Your bottom is where we're lacking space. So in order to close that, we need to introduce more room for these teeth to tuck back in.
Now the tabs on the attachments, did they just like cement on almost?
Yeah,
like
same thing as filling material. It's tooth colored, it bonds onto the enamel, and then once your treatment's done, we just shave it off and polish it.
Oh, okay.
Really not invasive at all, no drilling required. So we can run through the simulation here.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, and you can see kind of between here, watch how this arch shrinks, but you keep that U shape. And the reason this arch has to shrink is because we're shrinking your upper arch when we close that space. So in order to avoid having a big overbite, you have to kind of, and this is why some patients will ask, can we do just the top or just the bottom? And you really don't want to, because you limit how the system works together. And so now look at how you went from this more of a V shape to more of a U. And that's what lets the balance sit, because now your bite's going to rest across these teeth more so than just the backs, right?
Oh, okay.
And so now we can kind of show the whole smile again and run through that system. So this is your starting point here, and we'll run through the sequence.
So 6 months.
Yeah, 6
Not
months
bad.
or less, yeah. And then you always have refinements at the end.
Sure.
You know, if there's little things that you just don't like and little rotations you want to improve, we can always resubmit the impressions and tweak the finer movements, but the bulk of the work will be done in about 6 months. And this will be where you get to.
That's awesome.
You can see some of your contact points and see where your bite's going to be balanced, right? So your bite will be much, much more even across the top versus in the beginning. Because now you're loading these front teeth so heavy, right?
That's why it's chipping.
Right, exactly. So you're overloading the front and you're chipping. So when we get you to the end process here, we just get more balance. But that's about it.
Sweet. Thanks.
Yeah, not a problem.
These are the Invisalign trays, and these little bumps on the outside right here, see there and there are where the attachments will go to help with the movement of your teeth.
And what does it look like on the inside of the tray?
On the inside, it's smooth. It's smooth, and the only difference is that it's just the hollow part where that attachment will go to hook onto it.
Kind of snaps over it.
So we'll snap on those, and we're gonna, after I put them on, we're gonna practice taking them in and out, so you'll be able to get pretty proficient at doing those. All right?
All right, cool. All right, everybody, welcome back. It has been 2 weeks since I started Invisalign. I actually have them out right now. One thing to note, when you're talking or moving your mouth in any way without the liners in, it always feels like there's something in your teeth because of the tabs they cement to the outside of your tooth. It feels like there's meat caught in between your teeth. So it's kind of annoying, but kind of get used to it. Let's see, thoughts on the Invisalign so far. So 2 weeks. It took about 2.5, 3 days for the pain to go away, and then the discomfort slowly subsided, and then you basically forget you have them in during the day. So it's been 14 days since I started. These are the first ones here, so they're pretty ragged. You clean them the best you can. It comes with these cleaning crystals. It's basically just like a effervescent type cleaning tab powder. You put it in the cup and let them sit in there for about 15 minutes or so. Of course, it's more of a cash grab for Invisalign because they sell the Invisalign cleaning crystals, but really you can just run them with a toothbrush and toothpaste and kind of scrub them clean. So, because you're only gonna wear them for about 2 weeks. So now these are done, we have to go to number 2. So this is 2 of 17, and that's the next in the series. And this actually comes with a really cool app. So Invisalign comes with an app. When you set it up, you scan your bag, and then it inputs all your information, and then you fill out the rest. How many liners you have, at what interval you're supposed to change them out per your dentist. So mine's every 2 weeks. Your results may vary, and this should be done around, I want to say June, and then I have 3 retainers until they do my permanent one or something like that. So we have a total of 17 liners. I can see them moving already. my bottom teeth where it was crowded, as you just saw, they're gonna move them back. My dentist thinks that's more of a marketing thing where they wanna make your teeth move as much as possible the first tray to kind of get you hooked, which, I mean, I totally get, because it's nice to see things actually working. You know, it's just not a gimmick, which we know it's not a gimmick by now, but you know, it's kind of cool to see. So I'm sure things will slow down a little bit, but 6 months from now, we'll be able to uncement all the tabs, clean my teeth, polish them up, grind everything flat, and then we'll be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and put these suckers in. Woo, brand new. Oh yeah, yeah, that's tighter. Ow. So there you go. Those are the second liners. That's pretty tight on the bottom there. Today's probably not gonna be very fun. And we're going to Epcot today. We're annual pass holders, so we're gonna go have a couple days of fun to get away from everything for a while. Wow, that is, woo! I can feel everything just kind of like, just, Invisalign definitely works. You can feel it working. So probably gonna be sore for another couple days. So we will circle back to the Invisalign deal, I would say in 6 months. I'm not going to bore you and keep updating you, but just want to kind of show you guys what's going on behind the scenes. Total cost was $4,000, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what braces cost. We don't have kids, so $4,000 for 6 months, changing your entire appearance, not bad. Sorry, upload's been pretty slow on here lately, and NFA review channel. A lot of things been going on in the background, very busy. We decided to remodel my wife's walk-in closet, so we've been doing that, and framing out windows and just doing a lot of side projects around the house that kind of take up all our time. So hopefully we'll get back to doing more uploads every week and get on a schedule for you guys. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was a little bit informational. I know it was kind of just thrown together at the last minute, but I digress. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you guys can leave feedback on Invisalign if you tried it yourself in the comments below. So till then, click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.